Okay, so we are live now. Let's see how this is going. Okay, this is working. This is working as well. Okay, live is good. And we are going to be waiting 1 minute until it's 5:15, which is when we're gonna start doing our tour of the day. Hello, somebody has connected. Hola. How's everybody doing? Hola, hola. Good morning from Louisiana. Hi, Leslie, Frank and John Bird. Hello. Frank John. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Hello. Look at the beautiful day we have today. Isn't it beautiful? Ain't that a beautiful, beautiful day? Yes, yes, yes. Super nice day. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Hi, Debbie. Good morning. Good evening for us on this side of the pond. Let's see if we can hear the bells, some bells around. Hi, Susie Montagudo y Patricia Rodriguez. Hi, Janet. Hola from Colorado. How are you doing? Good morning. Hi, Karen. Good morning, everybody. So we are already live. And hi, everybody. I know who's this guy. So, is it 5:15 already?
It is almost. Yeah, it is.
You don't have a watch. Why did you look?
I thought I had a watch.
So, hi, everybody. Good morning. As every week, my name is Fran, but today I'm not with Elo. I'm with
John.
So I'm with John. Who on earth is John? He is one of the, not to say the best, a local guide here in the city of Pamplona. No, anyway. So the issue is that he works at the tourist office here in the city.
I do.
And he's done a couple of interviews to become Ricky Steve's guide.
I would love to.
And hopefully in the future, well, suddenly COVID appeared and everything was cancelled. So hopefully by 2022... Maybe. If we're lucky.
Maybe.
But anyway.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Just in case.
Hi, Melissa. So anyway, last week with Elo, we visited the southern part of the city of Pamplona. Okay, the big citadel, which is the, how could I say it? The flat part of the city. Today we're visiting the northern part of the city of Pamplona. And hola from Minneapolis. Look, okay, let me turn the camera around. Because from here, you get to see that we are in a natural height, okay? So the other day I was telling you that this part was much more easy to defend because we have a natural cliff, like huge. Hola, Íñigo.
It's almost 30 meters deep.
30 meters deep, which that could be in feet.
Oh, true.
Who the hell knows? Well,
I wasn't thinking about feet. I always
It's tall,
think about
it's tall,
meters.
it's tall.
Sorry, I'm a European.
And we have a natural border, which is our river. It is the river Arga, A-R-G-A, okay? So as you see, this was much easier to defend. The thing is that, hi, Monica! So all those mountains that you see up there at the back, this is west,
Correct.
okay? And those are, let's say, the Basque Mountains.
Correct.
And on the other side, we have...
France.
France is over there.
Right at the other side.
Okay, so
yes.
behind those mountains, we have San Sebastian. We have to think that we had back then, it was the Kingdom of Castile. Okay? Long time ago, it was still ours, Kingdom of Navarra.
Yes.
But then it became part of Castile. So if the invaders come from there, we could see them from this viewpoint. All of this part of the city that you see over here is the new town, okay, the new part of town. Hola, Patricia Rodriguez from Toledo. Ole. So that was the west, and the east, those mountains, all the way at the back. On a very clear day, we get to see the Pyrenees. Okay, but unfortunately, well, today, as you see, it's not very cloudy. It's a little bit cloudy. So France is on the other side. So the other kingdom that could attack us
Was France,
The
the French
French.
army, which were big trouble in case of attack.
You know that when a tour guide says they could be a little trouble, it means they were a pain in the in the somewhere. We always have this love-hate relationship with France. They have invaded us, and we have invaded them back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, hi Rich, how are you doing? Okay, so let's continue a little bit. Let's start walking, because from this viewpoint that we have here, the first thing, I mean, we have an amazing walk over the walls of the city, and that building that we have there in front of us, it was the hospital.
Created in the 16th century for people who were falling ill. But it also was for the pilgrims that did the Way of St. James. That was the meaning of hospital back in the days. It could be to recover people, but it could be as well to take care of the pilgrims that had to walk almost 750 kilometers.
Almost
up
600
till-
miles.
Yeah, to Santiago de Compostela, so the pilgrimage road, what we call the Camino.
The Camino. Today, that building, that beautiful building, right, let me see my finger, right there, it is the Museum of Navarra. It's an art history museum that we are going to be visiting it next Monday. Next Monday at 5 o'clock, we are going to go inside of there, and it's incredible. I'm a little bit overwhelmed because they are opening the museum just for us.
Yes,
So
they are.
stay tuned. Yay! Anyway.
That's a true privilege.
It is a true. We have a Goya, and we're going to be alone with Goya. So happy. Anyway, so we have bonitas vistas de Pamplona de vosotros estar animado. Of course, we have to be happy.
Gracias, Patricia.
Patricia doesn't speak English. Sorry for that. Okay, so that is the hospital, and if we keep on going with the site, we have those amazing towers, which is the church.
Of San Fernin. We also have another name for San Fernin. It's San Saturnino. And the reason why is because back in the Middle Ages, the people living there were from French origin. So that's why we have both names in Spanish and the adaptation from French language.
So, what you have to understand is that, okay, the city of Pamplona, we were the capital of the Kingdom of Navarra, but we are also in the Camino de Santiago. So the city of Pamplona was divided in 3 different neighborhoods, 3 different boroughs, okay? On that side, we have, let's say, the original people of the city. On that side, the Frenchies. We love French.
With all due respect.
With all our love. Right in front of us, where we are right now, we had like the rest of the
Yes,
Europeans.
a mix actually.
A mix.
Of people coming all from all over Europe, also France and also Navarre, from the Kingdom of Navarre.
So those 2 neighborhoods, they had different cultures, different traditions. They hated each other. Okay, so although we were the capital of a strong kingdom, the city of Pamplona was a weak city. So the 3 neighborhoods were always fighting once against each other, and it was not an easy thing to rule the city of Pamplona. Okay, so it was kind of not very easy. But anyway, the building that we're going to be watching today, we're visiting, it's this impressive building from the 12th century. Okay, hi Anna, how are you doing? So this beautiful building, it was today it is the archives of Navarre, but it was
The royal palace, which means was the place where the kings and queens and princes and princesses and all the court of Navarra used to stay at when they went through the capital. Let's just point out as a quick note that the kings of Navarra used to stay in different places, not only in one palace during their whole reign, but in different places. And when they came to the capital, they used to stay here.
So we have visited already the Palace of Olite, okay, which was just like a fancy thing. This is more institutional, more strong, and
Yes.
very, very defensive, as you can
It
see.
is. Look at the tower.
I
The
was
big
like-
tower in the corner
Okay, let me.
that
okay.
was face to face looking towards the French district or the French
Part of the
neighbor.
city, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was pretty impressive. I mean, it's a huge. So let's go circling it because we're gonna go inside. Inside is much more modern, and there's a couple of well, we need to put our masks on for a moment
Yes, of
because there's
course.
people around.
Of
Sorry for
course.
that. Where we were, there was absolutely nobody, but now we're getting where there's people. So masks on.
Let's point out as well, I would like to tell our American friends that maybe the outside part, the stones, the blocks you can see are quite new. And that's because even if it has the 12th century, the 1100s shape and design, the materials are almost new because it was in a very, very bad shape. So a restoration was held in the beginning of the 21st century, and it was done by a great architect from Navarra, whose name is Rafael Moneo. And I would like to point out as well that he received the Pritzker Award of Architecture in 1996. And maybe you've been to LA, probably a lot of you are from LA, and the cathedral, the Catholic Cathedral of LA, was designed by Rafael Moneo, by this Navarrese architect.
That we're very proud of. I mean, it's like-
Actually, we are, yes. But if you look to this other wall, to the southern wall here, you
Yeah,
will see
let
the
me-
12th century stone.
let me go a little. Let's take a
Yes.
perspective here, because okay, we're going to have some
Some
steps. They're gonna kill me. Okay, so this part, it is all original from the 12th.
This part
century.
here. You
So-
can see the Romanesque window up there with the typical arch of the 1100s.
Oh.
So all of this is more than 800 years old, right, Fran?
Okay, before we go inside, let's talk a little bit about this chapel here, because this is a chapel of San Fermin. San Fermin, as you know, it's the main patron of the city of Pamplona, and the thing is that he became a bishop, he went to France, etc., etc. But this place where we are right now was
Actually, the birthplace of San Fermin. This is the place where, in Roman times, which means 1,000 and almost 700 years ago, the governor of Pompaelo, the Roman name of Pamplona, used to live in this area, and the name of that governor was Firmus, and he had a son whose name was Firminus, so the little Firmus, and that's the later Bishop of Pamplona, San Fermin.
okay. So that's a little bit of our main saint, or the most important saint.
It is.
And here we have the entrance to the archives of Navarra. Okay, that coat of arms is very controversial because it's not. You know that right now the monarchy that rules in Spain rules. I mean, they do not have the right to make any
Much
decision.
power,
But there are the Bourbons, and this coat of arms is from the Austrias, which is the
Prior dynasty.
The prior dynasty, exactly.
yes.
So why is it here? Depending on who you ask, there's a lot of controversy in town about it.
Well, let's say if this is the royal palace, when the Kingdom of Navarre became part of Spain in the 16th century, as Fran was telling you, I think the other day, right? Then when you did the visit to the citadel, then it became the palace of the viceroys and the governors of Navarra. And all of those viceroys and governors were from Castile, from Spain, right? So that's why there is the coat of arms there. With the main thing to observe is the eagle with the double head. That's very important to identify a coat of arms in Spain, at least from the 16th, 17th, or 18th century. Okay?
So when you have those two heads of an eagle, that represents the Austrias.
That's it.
Okay? So I love that coat of arms, so beautiful. But let's go inside.
Let's discover what's waiting for us inside.
It's a beautiful building.
It is.
And we are welcomed by this incredible model of the city of Pamplona from the 1600s. Okay, as you see, this is the citadel that we visited the other day. Okay, those are the two. What are they? The two parts that are missing today. Okay, but the rest, everything is original. Okay, and this is our beautiful hometown.
Well, let's say it's the historical part,
Yes, the old town of Pamplona.
all surrounded by walls.
Okay.
Walls built in the 1500s and the 1600s and also the 1800s, different times, because the offensive techniques, right, were improved as time went by. And so they had to also improve the defensive techniques, which are the walls.
Okay. So right now, let's say that we are here.
That's
Okay?
it.
This is where we started, and we just gone around this place, and we're coming in through here. Okay. So that's where we are. Look how close Pamplona's cathedral is. Okay, that's Pamplona's cathedral.
There.
There we go.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it's super. Pamplona, you have to think, is kind of a small town. Okay, we're not a huge town. Today we are only 200, a little bit over 200,000 people. I love this little model.
Yeah.
It's like, yay.
Regarding the size, it's very funny. I can tell you an anecdote from the tourist office where I usually work. Usually when American people, both from North America and South America, come to get some information in the tourist office, and we present them the map of the city, and we start pointing out the main spots and the main interesting things, they start to panic because we are pointing out so many monuments and museums and churches and old cathedrals. And they have to stop us and tell us, but this is like a very long distance. And we are like, no. The old town of Pamplona actually, and the whole city, it's quite small. So you don't have to think with the American big distances such in Seattle or LA or New York. So everything is very close. We actually have a saying, everything is 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
right?
it is. I mean, it's like everything is 5 minutes away.
It is.
Okay, so let's come inside of the building. Because there's especially, well, those are the official flags of the government of Navarra. The red one is the state of Navarra.
Correct.
Red, yellow, red is Spain. And the blue one is the European Common Market.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
that's super cool. Okay, so we are coming in. We just ask permission to the guy.
Of course.
Let's not point on him, so he just.
Buenas tardes.
Hola, buenas, gracias. Okay, so imagine we're royals and we're coming into the castle. Okay, so all of this is original from this time period. The thing is that, what do we do, or, okay, I think we're allowed. So what do we do here what is in the archives? Because this part where we are is the original part, but if we turn around and we show you that is a super modern building, which is where the archives, it's 10 floors, most of them underground, is where we keep here the legacy, the heritage of Navarre. Okay? Whoops. The thing is that one of the great things about Navarre is that as we were an independent kingdom from Castile, we've had our own chamber of accounts, and all of the transactions, they were written down, all the inheritance, everything. So we have a lot of information from our ancestors, okay? And everything is preserved in here, okay? The modern part, it's a high-tech building. There are like, in every floor, there are, I think it's 20 different rooms that if the fire is detected in the building, they vacuum seal all the oxygen so they cannot burn or anything. So everything is super protected. The thing is that if you become a friend of the archive, you are allowed to come inside and look through the papers. I mean, obviously you don't get the originals, you get copies of them.
Yes.
But one of the great things is that a lot of our elderly, once the people in Pamplona retires, they come over here tracing for the family tree. And I think it's kind of easy and it's very beautiful because you go, okay, this was my great grand uncle. Let's see who did he marry to? Did he inherit anything? How come I didn't get anything? It's like, so I think it's fantastic.
It is.
And I have a lot of friends. Well, my mother, she's
Is she?
yeah,
Really?
she
She comes
loves-
often?
very often.
I didn't know that.
So it's one of the places where we can touch our history, our personal history. And it's easy to trace all the way to the 14th, 13th century. Imagine that. It's like my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was, I don't know. So obviously the goal of every people from Navarra is to be related to one of our main saints, which is St. Francis Xavier.
Yes.
We have already visited his home. And if the thing, in my case, my mom and my uncles have research, and they are from the village of St. Francis Xavier. So, yes, I am related to the saint. At least we want to believe. Anyway, so, what else?
We can go ahead and look at those beautiful, very old, as we were telling you, 1100s walls. All of this stone is the original one. The color is the typical color of the buildings made in stone in Pamplona and most part of Navarra as well. And there are some chests right there.
Let's take a look at these beautiful, gorgeous boxes.
They are 15th century, so
1400s.
1400s.
Okay, and how come they have 3 locks?
Because to unlock them, to open them, there had to be 3 people. Remember what Fran just told you about the 3 parts, the 3 districts of the city back in the Middle Ages. So when they did have to gather together and open these chests to read the documents and other legal aspects of it, they had to meet and open the 3 locks with a different key. Now have a look at the shape of the lock. That's funny. I don't know why. We cannot explain you why, but the heart, it's the shape of this
Oh,
lock.
come on, we're in February, month of love. Ain't it cute? But look at all the details. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, so you have one of the heart-shaped locks. You have the other one, and on the other side, you have the
Another heart.
another heart.
And some paintings. Look at this,
look at the
Fran.
original. Are you
There is
touching
some
the original
polychromy.
painting?
I'm sorry.
just touch
I
that?
was looking at the screen of the. I'm so sorry. I'm
You're gonna
so
get in
sorry.
trouble.
I know.
Okay, but look at the original paintings. I mean, it's incredible.
It is.
And look at that beautiful face. I mean, it's so breathtaking. All the work. So, what on earth was in these boxes? Who on earth? No. I would love to open them.
I would love to as well.
Do you think we could?
No,
we shouldn't. No.
We already got in trouble touching. Well, me touching it. Right?
I didn't touch anything. You did.
So sorry.
Whoop. So, perdón. Oh. Sorry, the cleaning. Okay, the cleaning crew is going over. Can it be any more loud? Okay, so let me see if there's people studying. Okay, no, great. So if you are one of those members, okay, you can come here in this beautiful, beautiful room, and they will bring you the copies of the papers you're looking for. Okay? And you can study here. It's a great privilege
It is.
to have you. So right now we're gonna go down, and here there's like 1 second that connection is not good. So please bear with us because we'll be back. I mean, okay, you see the steps, twink, twink. Okay.
Be careful, Fran.
Yeah, I don't want to fall.
Me neither.
No. We don't want to trip and have an accident in here.
Yeah, and it's getting more and more dark down here.
Okay.
Because we actually are going down to.
The dungeons. No. Not dungeons. No.
Well,
Okay.
it could be the chests, the royal palace, the dungeons.
Okay, so we started the visit out there. Okay, so you see that's the street. Right now we are underground level. Okay, and one of the oldest rooms that we have here, it's this incredible chamber. It was not the dungeons.
No,
Okay.
it was a joke.
It was a joke. This is the. It was the storage house.
That's it.
Okay.
It's just a pavilion, but a beautiful pavilion made out of stone as well. Everything in stone, as you can see. And it's underground just to keep the temperature during all year long, to storage the food, the wine, of course.
The important thing is the wine.
Of course. And if you look to the right side, let's say this side here, you can see the ribs of the vaults that come out from the walls. And I just want you to stop just a second to think that this is standing still from 800 years ago. So it's been a while,
a
short while. And all of the stones are the original ones. Every time I come here, because usually exhibitions of the archives of Pamplona are held here, I always look up, I look to the walls, and I still can't believe, and I think it happens to you as well, that this is standing still from so long ago.
It is that this room, this chamber, has been here for over 800 years. And you have to think that it has suffered a lot of wars, a lot of battles, earthquakes, many, many, many things. So, and it's standing in perfect shape.
It is.
Okay? And talking about wars, check out the windows, because the windows, okay, this, architecturally speaking, is a late Romanesque, a beginning of Gothic, okay? So the Romanesque part, the easiest place to see, it's these little arrow windows. I think that's the name, you say it? You know.
It's almost like embrasures, but back in the days, there were no cannons because gunpowder wasn't discovered to apply to the artillery. So let's say...
No signal. Okay, let's come outside.
Okay.
Thank you, Jana. Okay. Is it any better here?
Is there the signal there?
Okay. Any better signal here? No signal. Any better in here? Can you give me a thumb up or something? So,
no signal.
Darn. Okay, so let's come outside.
Yeah.
¿Te coges el abrigo? Okay. Tira, entra. Okay, so we need to leave all as we found it. Okay, so let's come outside. So, as you see, as John was saying, when this was designed, we were defending against catapults, okay? We were not defending against cannons. So the war techniques are much different from the 16th century on, when we do have cannons, and it's much stronger.
Effective and strong, and it destroys easier and better the walls and castles and fortresses from Navarra, Spain, Europe.
So this is how, okay, obviously we cannot show you any of the manuscripts or anything, but this is how the manuscripts that we have inside look like, okay? Obviously this is a nice one. There are other ones that are much more basic.
Yes, most of them are, let's say, basic because they had to be practical.
Yeah.
Just because
many of them
legal.
look more like this.
That's it.
Okay, information like, this day this person paid these taxes, or things like that. And okay, once I had the privilege to go over one of them, and it was funny because it was, this person paid taxes, he paid 3 chickens, a cow, and 2 hens. I'm like, okay, they paid taxes with chickens and hens? I guess they did. Now it's like, okay, we have to pay money. But it's super cool.
It is, and a way to reconstruct and to build up history we don't know, it's thanks to these archives and documents, and mostly because they had fights between neighbors, or let's say an artist had to make a painting, and if the person who told that artist to make the painting wouldn't pay, then the painter would complain. And so they had to take this case to court and ask for the money the owner of the painting was or had to pay to the artist. So that's all of those complaints is mainly the way we reconstructed the history of the past centuries, right, Fran?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that this building, we were saying that it belonged to the king and the queens and princes and everything, but it also belonged to the bishop.
Oh, yes, we forgot about the
Because
bishop. Oh,
the church had a lot of power.
again in trouble.
And the issue is that the church, they were in trouble.
Yes.
And it was
yes.
a big problem.
It was. Let's say the bishops of Pamplona, the Cathedral of Pamplona, didn't have a palace of their own. And so when the king of Navarra, a king named Santo, wanted to get into a war against Castile, right? And he had to pay their soldiers and all the armory, and he had no money to pay those expenses. Then he had to ask for money to the bishop, who had actually that amount of gold and silver and currency. And so the bishop told him, okay, no problem, I'm lending you all of this money you're asking for. And then when the war was finished, the bishop asked for the money back, and the king said, oh my God, I can't pay you back. I have no money left. And so the bishop did, okay, so give me your palace. And that's what the king had to do. That king called Sancho had to offer, let's say, right?
The right to use?
Yes.
Okay.
For 2 centuries to the bishops of the Cathedral of Pamplona. So it was the Archive of Navarra, the Palace of the Kings, the Palace of the Viceroys or Governors, but also for 2 centuries, for 200 years, it was the Palace of the Bishops of Pamplona.
That's what happened when you are 800 years old.
Yes.
A lot of people
Many
have gone through
things
you.
happen.
So I think that's pretty much all we wanted to share
Yeah.
with them today.
Yeah, I think so. That's what we talked about, right, last day. And I don't know if you have any final questions, any thoughts, any...
Hi, Anna. So, guys, well, first let's take a look. I mean, the reason why they came over here, I mean, if first, as John was saying, if the Romans came over here, it's because you get the view.
The beautiful view. The
of
defensive
city,
view.
The defensive view of the city of Pamplona. I mean, look how beautiful that is. I mean, it's like you get to see the whole city around, which is gorgeous.
It is.
I mean,
Let's show them that little corner there. There are different buildings painted in different colors.
okay.
Let's zoom a little bit.
Let's
I
zoom in.
love that corner here.
Yes. It's like
Look, there is
super
green, there is
malt,
yellow, there is ochre, there is kind of orange and
bluish. And
yeah, blue.
I
It is
love this
beautiful.
corner of the city. I mean, and also here, so we have that church that we have seen, all of this multicolor, the church where, or the place where San Fermin was born, the Bishop Palace, and also that red building that you see over there. Hi, Suzanne. That is it was a convent, okay, of nuns, but now has been turned into a hotel.
A 4-star hotel.
4-star hotel, and it's a beautiful little hotel, especially the dining room.
It is.
It is the church. Okay, it was the church.
The former chapel of the convent of the monastery has been all painted white, pure white, and that's where breakfasts and dinners are held, and it's beautiful for events and family gatherings.
And if you are going to do a Rick Steves tour of the Basque Country, we are going to go to that hotel. I'm so happy. They just closed. We used to use another hotel that has closed due to COVID, and I think they're not going to reopen. But with Rick Steves, we are going to go to. Okay, sorry for that.
Yeah.
We're going to that beautiful, beautiful hotel. Okay, so I think we are pretty much done.
We are.
Thank you everybody for watching. Remember that all of these tours are tip supported, so if you want to leave a tip, we have left there our tip jar. Any tip will be welcome and super appreciated. Thank you very much. Guys, I will see you around. I cannot wait to do a Rick Steves tours again. Everybody, thank you.
Thank you for
John,
watching us.
it's been a great pleasure. I want
It's
to see
been,
you
actually.
doing another different
Hope
tour.
so.
Okay, so in the short future, we'll have, again, John helping
See
us.
you.
See
Take
you.
care.
Everybody, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Oh, that would be the perfect place to say on a tour. Yes, Debbie, you are right. Elizabeth, it's a great pleasure. Rich, you have to come to this building,
De
to
nada.
this church, okay? Gracias, Rich. Have a great day, Patricia. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day, everybody, okay? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.